On August 28th, 2020, we get to take a trip to Lost Heaven. For some of us, it'll be a glorious return, a remake I have been asking for quite a few years now. The reality is only about 2 months away. Mafia Definitive Edition arriving in late August for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. I cannot wait till this game comes out. So I've decided to compile a wish list, 10 wishes, I know, more than 3, of some things I hope will be in Mafia Definitive Edition. By the way, if you have a wish list, or at least 1 or 2 or 3 items that you really hope will be included or added or improved upon from Mafia Lost Heaven to Mafia Definitive Edition, feel free and leave them below in the comments section. My first wish is multiple save files. This is something that I wish we had for Mafia 3, but unfortunately there's only one save file in Mafia 3, which doesn't make sense because there's a bit of replayability to Mafia 3. There's some different options you can choose from, which give different outcomes. So you think with Mafia 3 they would have had multiple save files, but unfortunately we do not. However, in Mafia the City of Lost Heaven in 2002, we did have multiple save files. So hopefully that's something that will carry over from 2002 to 2020, multiple save files for Mafia Definitive Edition. The next wish is a free roam experience, and whereas Mafia the City of Lost Heaven along with Mafia 2 were very linear. They were both set in an open world, but they were very linear games going from chapter to chapter. In the original version of Mafia, we had 21 missions altogether, 21 chapters, whatever you wish to call them. I hope that in this case, there is a free roam aspect to Mafia Definitive Edition, whereas like maybe it'll be similar to Mafia 3 and the GTA games or Red Dead games, where you would simply just go to a marker on the map to start the very next mission, chapter, etc. And maybe they'll package in Free Ride as well as Free Ride Extreme from Mafia the City of Lost Heaven into the main game of Mafia Definitive Edition itself, so that we can have an overall experience in the game, whether it's just riding around in your 1930s era cars, going on a little Tommy gun rampage throughout the City of Lost Heaven with the Lost Heaven PD or other gangsters, and doing various other activities. So I hope that we actually are able to just drive around and enjoy the sights and the sounds and the beauty of Lost Heaven instead of the linear experience that we had in Mafia City of Lost Heaven back in 2002, and of course Mafia 2 a few years ago. And the next wish is vehicles. Speaking of rides, there's a lot of them. I think in the original version there was at least 50 different cars in Mafia City of Lost Heaven. So hopefully we'll also have about the same number, along with the ability to customize and upgrade vehicles and store them in a garage through Ralph. Ralph is the mechanic for the Salieri's. So hopefully they'll utilize him more in Mafia Definitive Edition, and we'll be able to, have a few that we can unlock throughout the game, similar to Mafia 3. But I also want the ability to simply take cars off the street and go park them in the garage and have Ralph work on them for a price, for upgrades and paint jobs and various other customization options as well, similar to Vito's Garage in Mafia 2. So I'm envisioning hopefully kind of a hybrid between Vito's Garage and the customization of both Mafia 2 and Mafia 3. Now, since this is being built on the same engine as Mafia 3, I feel like Mafia Definitive Edition will have some similarities to Mafia 3. Some of that's good, some of that can be concerning, but here's hoping we have a variety of vehicles to choose from, as well as the ability to store some vehicles that we can just simply take off the streets of Lost Heaven and go have Ralph upgrade and customize for, some nice cash in his pocket. The next wish is weapon upgrades and customization through Vincenzo or Yellow Pete. They're technically 2 gun guys in the City of Lost Heaven. I don't know if we're going to get to see Yellow Pete. I mean, they could, editing out Yellow Pete because, to be honest, we don't really get much interaction with him in the main story of City of Lost Heaven without throwing out too many spoilers. But at the very least, they definitely need to keep Vincenzo, which is the weapons guy for Salieri. And like throughout the events of Mafia City of Lost Heaven, he would give you the weapon that you needed, like whether it was a baseball bat or a revolver or a 1911, a shotgun, Tommy gun, etc. What I would prefer is you just simply go to him anytime in between missions, and as long as you have the money, you would be able to purchase ammo for these various weapons or purchase a weapon and maybe even some weapons upgrades. I doubt we'll have weapon cosmetics. It'd be cool if we did, but hopefully some, abilities when it comes to purchasing weapons as well as getting upgrades, and also melee weapons like baseball bats, knives, knuckle dusters, etc. from Vincenzo. So that would be cool. Hopefully we'll see a variety. I'm guessing it's going to be similar once again to Mafia 3's customization option when it came to the weapons. That's a good thing. I don't think that we're going to be able to call it Vincenzo and have him pull up in a van like Jackie in Mafia 3. However, you can go to Salieri's bar and just go upstairs by the bar and see Vincenzo, and hopefully he'll take care of everything for you when it comes to your Second Amendment devices as well as melee weapons. Next is something I really want to see in Mafia Definitive Edition that was also in Mafia 3, a variety of safe houses for you to venture to. So as you expand your play through Mafia Definitive Edition, hopefully we continue to unlock more and more safe houses for us to go to, save the game at the safe house, as well as have a garage to access our vehicles, not just from the garage at the Salieri bar, but also at our various safe houses. So very similar to the safe houses in Mafia 2 for Vito, where you could just go to your garage, right down from your safe house, your apartment, whatever, and just pick out a vehicle from your garage to take out into the streets of Lost Heaven, along with a wardrobe cabinet as well, which segues us over into the next wish on my list for Mafia Definitive Edition, clothing options. Now, we already know that we're going to have clothing options, but I hope we have a lot of clothing options. For example, obviously, Tommy's cabbie outfit, his iconic made man outfit with the nice black suit and the red tie, his other outfit, which is where he's wearing a fedora and a trench coat, looking all gangsta. And there's also going to be some unlockable items you'll be able to get clothing-wise, depending on whether or not you bought the trilogy or have like the 2K account linked up. The Black Cat's outfit along with the Black Cat's motorcycle. We're getting motorcycles in Mafia Definitive Edition. That's awesome. And the quote-unquote Chicago outfit. I hate that name because it should be the Lost Heaven outfit with the white car and the white Morello suit for Tommy to sport. Like I said, small gripe, Hangar 13, but it should be called the Lost Heaven outfit, not Chicago. And like I mentioned, Mafia Trilogy allows you to not only get the vehicles of Vito and Lincoln from Mafia 2 and 3, but also their outfits. Vito's jacket along with Lincoln's army outfit. And I'm hoping that we'll have some more clothing options as well. Maybe even some clothing stores for Tommy to go to, similar to the stores that Vito had in Mafia 2. But once again, if I'm being real about this, I feel like there's going to be a lot more similarities when it comes to the build of Mafia Definitive Edition to the way Mafia 3 is, as opposed to Mafia 2. That's just the way I'm envisioning Mafia Definitive Edition, which once again can be bad, but it can also be good in some aspects. The next wish is a multitude of side quest missions, collectibles. We're also going to be able to collect wanted posters. We already know about that. Maybe some other things as well. But one of the side quests that we did have in Mafia City of Lost Heaven was through Lucas, and hopefully they'll bring back Lucas. I think he's kind of important to the main story anyways in Mafia City of Lost Heaven, but you also had side quests you could do with Lucas too. So hopefully we'll have side quests with Lucas, maybe one or two other characters. You know, the variety of things for us to do in the game besides the main story, the better. It adds playability to it. It gives us things to do while we're venturing around Lost Heaven in Mafia Definitive Edition. So I definitely want some additional side quests and missions in the game. Racing is the next wish, which, you know, also ties into side quests and side missions. Now, as some of you are probably aware of, even if you have not played Mafia City of Lost Heaven, you probably know from me and others One particular mission that was a pain in the ass when it first came out. There's a racing mission where you have to finish in first place. Early on, it was almost impossible to finish in first place until Illusion went back and they did a patch to Mafia City of Lost Heaven, and they added a difficulty setting, you know, making it to where it was a little bit easier for us to actually finish the race in first place, because some of us are not that good at racing. But in all fairness, if there's one gripe I had about Mafia, the City of Lost Heaven, despite how much I enjoyed playing it over the years, is that the racing wasn't very good. Hopefully the racing for Mafia Definitive Edition is considerably improved. Plus, I also want them to add the Grand Prix mode that was exclusive to Mafia for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox One. That added some additional like racing that you could do around the streets of Lost Heaven, similar to the racing mode with Mafia 3. So hopefully they'll include Grand Prix with Mafia Definitive Edition as well. Just something extra for us to do in the game, and also unlock maybe some cars and some other additional rewards. So hopefully we'll see improvements to racing as well as the inclusion of the Grand Prix to the game. The next wish is cheat codes. Now this is old school. Cheat codes are something a lot of us OG players of video games have enjoyed for many, many years. I don't really think that cheat codes are as popular as they used to be, but I hope that in Mafia Definitive Edition they pay homage to, at the very least, some of the original cheat codes from Mafia City of Lost Heaven. For example, infinite ammo, refill health, max draw distance. I don't think that'll be an issue. But unlock all cars, the Titanic, where you could spawn a boat by a bridge. It was basically the Titanic. It's an Easter egg in both Mafia as well as Mafia 2. Enlarge your hands. So there's quite a few cheat codes you could put into Mafia City of Lost Heaven. And hopefully we'll see some cheat codes in Mafia Definitive Edition. A few other suggestions I would personally like to see is cops disabled, where they won't pull you over for speeding. Maybe the ability to have unlimited gasoline. Now, the truth is we don't know if the cops will pull us over in Mafia Definitive Edition for speeding, or if we have a limited amount of gasoline in our vehicles in Mafia Definitive Edition, which requires us to go to a gas station in order to refuel, similar to Mafia 2. Originally, we were supposed to have to refuel our cars in Mafia 3, but I think Hangar 13 did away with the fueling option in that game. And obviously, we wouldn't get pulled over in Mafia 3 for speeding. Now, it's possible that may be the same in Mafia Definitive Edition, where you will not be pulled over for speeding or have to refuel your vehicles, but I guess we'll find out. But that's a little off topic. But anyways, some other cheat codes I'd like to see added if we get cheat codes. Like I said, cops disabled, riot mode, where all the NPCs go crazy and they're all trying to kill you. That would be hilarious. As well as maybe a tiny Tommy or a giant Tommy mode or a super Tommy. You know, just the more crazier, sillier cheat modes for Mafia Definitive Edition, the better. Even if it's just ridiculous for silly gameplay. I like cheat codes, so it'd be fun to have some, especially after you're done playing the game and you just want to goof off and drive around causing mischief and mayhem in Lost Heaven in Mafia Definitive Edition. I know it's a silly, ridiculous wish, but, you know, the guy can dream, right? Plus, I think it'll be fun. And my final wish, which is a little bit more serious, Hangar 13. Of all these, this is probably the biggest wish. For Mafia Definitive Edition to be faithful to the original game, Mafia City of Lost Heaven, with additional screen time between characters like Tommy and Sarah and Polly, Sam, Frank, along with Don Salieri and the others. It would be nice to have more time between Tommy and them, especially Tommy and Sarah, obviously. But I want this to be a faithful remake. And that's what Hangar 13 has been saying, that it's being built with love from the ground up, faithful to the original game. And there are a lot of people at the Czech wing of Hangar 13, formerly 2K Czech, formerly Illusion, that are involved with Mafia Definitive Edition. And in them, I have a great deal of faith. And I hope that whenever we all do get to finally play this game in late August 2020, that by the time we're done, we can sit back and feel like, you know what? This is a true remake, a beautiful rendition of a masterpiece from 2002. This is something I've been wanting for a very long time now because I absolutely loved Mafia City of Lost Heaven when it first came out in 2002. I spent hours on my PC back in the day playing that game, and I still enjoy hopping in today. But the good news is we only have about just over 2 months wait time before you get a chance to go to Lost Heaven, and some of us get to return to Lost Heaven for Mafia Definitive Edition. Please do not drop the ball on this game, Hangar 13. If it comes out beautiful with as little issues as possible and it's an enjoyable experience and it gets great reviews from the reviewers, the critics, the fans, I feel like it will restore Mafia fans' faith in Hangar 13, and it will get us extremely excited for Mafia 4, which is rumored to be the next game that Hangar 13 is also working on. So this is your chance, Hangar 13, to get the Mafia fan base excited once again for the Mafia franchise. And hopefully you will not fail us with Mafia Definitive Edition when it comes out August 28th for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. Of course, when it comes out, I'm definitely going to be streaming this game start to finish. Obviously looking forward to it when it arrives. And there you have it. That is my wish list for Mafia Definitive Edition. Hopefully some or maybe all those things will be included in the game, but I'm curious as to your wish list, some of the things you would like to see added or improved upon in Mafia Definitive Edition are brought over from Mafia City of Lost Heaven to Mafia Definitive Edition. Your wish list are, maybe just like 2 or 3 things you would like to see in Mafia Definitive Edition, whether it's new content or old stuff from Mafia City of Lost Heaven that you loved from that game back in 2002. Feel free and leave your wish list for Mafia Definitive Edition below in the comments section.